Jason. Thank you for being with us for this interview. You're the chief of the Cap and Trade program at the California Air Resources Board, the Californian ETS regulator. You have been a speaker at the second session of our Carbon Market Policy Dialogue of the project LIFE DICET, held on the 9th of July. The meeting was focused on the topic of environmental integrity and the use of offsets in emissions trading systems, with a view on the implication for carbon market integration. You presented the California's compliance offset program. So could you please summarize your intervention at this closed door workshop?
Yeah, thanks, Albert. It's really great to be here. And my intervention during the LIFE DICET workshop on offset integrity really focused on how California's program takes into account all the different integrity measures that we think any offset program should really focus on, but also how that fits into a larger carbon market, a larger ETS, and how that's been implemented in a regulatory program, both between California and Quebec. So I talked some about how our technical requirements and legal requirements work, and how that's taken into account in looking at partnering with another jurisdiction for an actual linkage. And I focused quite a bit on the integrity measures California's put in place, and also how that's, again, how that's done by government. So I'm really happy to be part of conversations where there's a wide range of participants, both from kind of theoretical academics, from NGOs. And I think one of the things that we bring is we actually run a program, a governmental compliance program, and I always like to talk about what that means.
Thank you. Yes, indeed, our policy dialogue aims at developing a better understanding and also stronger political support for carbon market in general. We also aim at enhancing the cooperation among ETS regulators. So we had you as a representative of CARB in California. We also had representative of the European Commission, of New Zealand. So what would be your main takeaway of the discussion during that meeting as an ETS regulator?
I guess my main takeaway is it's just incredible to see, both from like an implementation standpoint, but also from thinking through how this works, not just in practice, but how it works going forward. So to hear the level of dialogue from my fellow panelists is just, it's great. It's great to hear that level of thinking. Great to hear how folks are thinking through how these things can work in different contexts, under different regimes, legal regimes, voluntary regimes, future under the Paris Agreement. It's always helpful, I think, for us as a regulator to hear where that thinking is and where some of the implementation practices are, to learn from those that are applicable, and to really just continue to improve the programs. So my main takeaway is the level of dialogue and the engagement that you guys have created is just, I think, helpful for everybody, and we're happy to be part of that.
Thank you very much. That's very good to hear for the project, because it's at the core of the title, which is Deepening International Cooperation on Emissions Trading. Thank you very much for your time, Jason, for the interview, and we hope that at the next Carbon Market Policy Dialogue, we will be able to meet directly here in Florence, in Tuscany. Thank you.
That sounds great. Thank you all so much.
With a contribution from the LIFE program of the European Union,